I do listen to my subscribers, and for my previous video, a lot of you in the comment box wanted to see me do a first impression video of a fragrance, and today we are going to be talking about Dior Homme Parfum. I was finally able to get a very large order in for Dior Homme Parfum because I had never tried it, and I'm very excited to review it on my channel and share it with you guys. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and review Dior Homme Parfum. And before continuing, just want to mention that the fragrances that I bought were from fragrancebuy.ca. No, I am not sponsored by fragrancebuy.ca, but I would be more than happy to be sponsored by them because it would help me a lot to continue reviewing fragrances. But nonetheless, I bought this with all of my money. I also want to mention that I bought a bulk quantity of Dior Homme Parfum simply because I don't know if this is going to be discontinued within 5 to 10 years. So I played it safe than sorry, and I just did a bulk order. I bought 10 of the same fragrance. I find that 85% of all my fragrances within my collection are actually just repeat fragrances, as in it's going to be 10, 15, 20 of the same fragrance just because I love it so much. And it does bother me that I just have to keep buying a bottle over and over again. And that's why I just buy in bulk, because it's just a lot more convenient for myself. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the box and where these fragrances came in. And hopefully I don't drop the box. So let's go ahead and do that. So here is the box, just very carefully, as you guys can see. And hopefully you guys can see that, but there's 4 in there. And then the 5th one is here in front of me, in front of my countertop. So that's that. So that's box number 1. I'm going to set that aside. And then box number 2, which is going to be this guy, which is a fragrance by.ca. And hopefully I don't drop this. Hopefully you guys can see that. There it is. There's 5 more in there. Again, a bulk order. And what a gift. What a gift indeed. This is from Black Friday. I'm going to set those boxes down right there. And yes, I did buy this for Black Friday and for Cyber Monday. In regards to the price point, I had bought this off of the website at 184 Canadian dollars, which was approximately, I believe, 140, something like that, $140, $150 USD. And that's obviously before taxes. But I bought 10 of them at 184 Canadian, so 140 American. Everything came out around 1,600 bucks, more or less. But I do think it was an okay price because in America there is a scarcity for Dior Homme Parfum. And all these Dior Homme Parfum fragrances are the newer formulations. They are not the older formulations. Unfortunately, I don't have the accessibility for a older formulation, but perhaps later in time, as I get this channel to get as big and as bold as I want it to be, maybe I'll run into someone who has a very big batch of the older formulation within its original packaging. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the newer formulation of Dior Homme Parfum. So let's continue with the review and take one of these guys out. And here it is, Dior Homme Parfum. And I've been waiting so long to get this fragrance because, again, a very big scarcity in the United States to get one of this. And I don't have the accessibility of going to Europe and going to a duty-free store where I can get a really good price and I don't have to pay for import taxes. But again, beggars can't be choosers. So I saw the opportunity and I went for it. I think I'm going to end up buying more because I just don't know the future of Dior Homme Parfum and if it's going to be discontinued or if it's going to still continue being on the market. I'm going to go ahead and tear off the cellophane wrapping. So if you could excuse me while I do that. Okay, perfect. Then I got it off. And this is the cellophane with the Christian Dior sticker on the top of the packaging. And the box itself, so Dior Homme Parfum. Here it is. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I have to say, I was actually expecting this to be a bit more in regards to size, but nonetheless, I am very excited that I received this in the mail not so long ago. Let's go ahead and open this up. And there she is. Dior Homme Parfum. How long have I waited for you? And just a beautiful, elegant bottle. I mean, this is it. This really is it. It's gorgeous, very handsome. Of course, the Christian Dior logo on the top of the bottle and this matte black finish. And then the very simple rectangular glass vial and the very iconic block pendant with the feed that goes right through it. And the feed you don't see, it almost looks invisible, but it does go through it and it reaches towards the bottom of the glass itself. And this is one of the more iconic features of Dior Homme Parfum, but very beautiful, very, very beautiful. And let's go ahead and open it. So this is plastic. It is a plastic top. I was expecting for this to be a magnetic cap, especially for the newer formulation. I do think they had the opportunity to create a magnetic cap. That would have been lovely to see, but nonetheless, it's still very beautiful. Dior Homme Parfum. And of course, it doesn't smell like anything because I haven't sprayed it yet. So we're going to go ahead and spray it on skin. I'm going to spray it about 2 times on the back of my palm. Let's go for 2 sprays just to get somewhat of a measurement of what this really smells like. And I've never smelled this before. All of this was a blind buy. Again, 85% of my fragrances are a repetition or an actual blind buy. And somehow it all comes together and all works into my favor because I do love the majority of my fragrances, even though they are a blind buy. But let's go ahead and spray this because I can't really get an accurate measurement right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just prime it a little bit just to get the air out. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray it now. And hopefully it gets it on camera. So let's see if I can get it on camera here on my hand. So 1 and 2. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Let me set this down for a bit. Hold on. Whoa. Interesting. Really interesting. Very interesting. I understand now. I really do get it. So a lot of people say that this smells very waxy, very lipsticky. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very lipsticky, very waxy in the opening. Oh man, that caught my attention. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. A very prominent dosage of iris, massive dosage of iris. And very ambery and very floral, aromatic and floral. Whoa, this is just, interesting. Now, this might be challenging for those of you who like darker fragrances like myself, darker leather fragrances. But if you want to try something completely upside down and you want a curveball thrown at you, I would recommend that you try Dior Homme Parfum. Don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of reviewers of them talking about Dior Homme Parfum, a lot of fragrance YouTubers who talk about Dior Homme Parfum, and I understand why the majority of them have Dior Parfum as one of the top shelf fragrances within their selection for a top 3, a top 5, top 10, whatever it might be. And I do understand. I really do understand it. So on the bottle, it smells different in comparison to my skin chemistry. So on my skin chemistry, I'm getting a lot more spicy, a lot more aromatic, and then just from the bottle, a lot more waxiness to it. So there's a waxier component. And I have to say, my apologies for not knowing the perfumer or the name of the perfumer, but I'm sure I'll go ahead and add the name of the perfumer in this video. But well done. Absolutely well done. This is an amazing representation of mastery of craftsmanship. When you can take floral nuances and have them create an olfactive illusion to create this waxiness and that lipstick attention. Very beautiful. Absolutely very beautiful. And I just can't stop smelling it. That's lovely. That is very lovely. Not bad for a first impression video if I do say so myself, and which I do say so myself. Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Right now, what's happening on my skin chemistry is that there's these nuances of amber, but this amber is colliding with that very heavy dosage of iris in it. And I don't have a lot of fragrances that have iris in them, but I do have a lot of fragrances that work with amber within my collection. So a lot of amber, a lot of leather. But this is phenomenal. It really is. Again, that mastery for the floral notes to come into play with each other and have that olfactive imagination to create this idea of waxiness or this lipstick scent. It's captivating. It really is. And I keep smelling the bottle when I should smell my skin, actually. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Now, obviously, I haven't had the opportunity to test this in the field, as they say, but I will be giving you guys updates in regards to the performance on my skin chemistry and how it's working with my skin. But very beautiful. Very, very gorgeous. Very handsome. And I do think that I have the proper attire for today for Dior Homme Parfum, because this does say a little bit more formal, very elegant, powdery, handsome. This is as if you were to walk through a powdery room, a makeup room, wearing a suit, a very formal event. And let's just say, since we're in December, let's say it's a New Year's party and you have to go through this powder room, this makeup room to go to the party room. That's exactly what this is. So beautiful. Now, if I had to describe what this smells like, I would say if you've ever smelled Yves Saint Laurent YSL La Nuit L'Homme, it's not entirely this, and that's the fragrance that I don't have. So this, Dior Homme Parfum and La Nuit L'Homme, are two completely different fragrances. No one can replace either or. I do not have that fragrance, but I do have the clone or the dupe of that fragrance, which is the Tête Lapidus Poker Face. Just a very big disclaimer. I am not an active buyer of clone or dupe fragrances. And within the fragrance community, that is just the biggest hype. Everyone is buying Club de Nuit and Maison Alhambra fragrances. I don't do that. My opinion, respectfully, is that if you have the money to buy the fragrance, just go ahead and buy the original fragrance. Sometimes it's worth waiting a little longer to get that fragrance at a discount. And I'm pretty sure you can get YSL's La Nuit L'Homme at a very heavily discounted price anyways. Poker Face by Tête Lapidus smells nothing like YSL La Nuit L'Homme. I don't care what anyone says. I can smell the difference. I can definitely smell the quality of ingredients. The only thing that they have in common is going to be the performance, because both of them are just absurd in regards to performance, and they stay very close on skin. And somewhere around here I have Poker Face by Tête Lapidus, and let me just see if I can get that for you guys. But here it is. Poker Face by Tête Lapidus. And again, this will never replace La Nuit L'Homme by YSL. You know what? And I'm going to go ahead and spray this on my skin. So maybe 2 sprays on my on the bottom of my wrist here. So let's go ahead and spray that. So let's see if I can get this one on camera too. Oh, here we go. 1 and 2. And let's see what it smells like. Okay. Okay, so right off the bat, the top here, this is Dior Homme Parfum. This smells a lot more waxier, a lot more lipsticky. And then here with the Tête Lapidus or Poker Face, again, it's not giving me the most accurate measurement of La Nuit L'Homme, but it's giving me somewhat of an idea of what it's supposed to smell like. So this is a lot more citrusy, a lot more lavender based, a lot more aromatic. Again, I can't stress enough, these are not, I repeat, they are not clones or dupes of one another. This will never be this. It will never even touch it. So I'm just saying, for the sake of your understanding, especially if you've never smelled something like this before, hopefully this gives you somewhat of an idea before you purchase the fragrance. But regardless, Dior Homme Parfum, very, very interesting, super unpredictable. And of course, everyone has this within their collection. But this is my first time getting Dior Homme Parfum. And I have to say, it is beautiful. Yeah, very interesting. If you want to create more depth and dimension into your collection, I don't think you can go wrong with buying Dior Homme Parfum. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I love this color. Just look at that deep amber brown cognac. Very gorgeous. Dior Homme Parfum. And now that I have it on my skin, it really is starting to develop. So now we're in, I believe, about past the minute mark for the fragrance on my skin, and I'm really smelling the ambrette and the agarwood oud and the sandalwood. So the base notes are really coming out, and they're kind of dominating the iris and the violet tones of this fragrance, which is very gorgeous. And a little bit of citrus. I would say maybe a little bit of orange peel or orange rind, but it's nothing that's too dominant within the fragrance. Again, the big emphasis is that waxy iris and that lipsticky iris. Wow. Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm going to have to wear this a lot more often. Do I love it? I don't love it yet. Well, that's the thing, not yet. But maybe further down the line, I think I will start loving it a lot more. I do like it a lot if you haven't noticed, but I don't love it yet. But I can definitely see this growing on me because I do like dressing in formal attire, and I think this is a beautiful complement for any gentleman's outfit. If you wanted to add this with a well-planned outfit, and you wanted to introduce a very complimenting fragrance, I don't think you can go wrong with Dior Homme Parfum. Very, very beautiful, very interesting. With that said, my friends, we have reached the conclusion of this video, and I do hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out my previous videos, go ahead and check out my previous videos. Go ahead and like and comment them. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and please subscribe because it helps me a lot to grow this channel a lot faster. But I need your help, so go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Guys, I've finished adding a Patreon page, and I will be putting that Patreon page link in the description box below. It's going to be the first link. And of course, I appreciate any type of donation that you guys can make, whatever it may be. I would appreciate it greatly. All funds are reinvested into this channel for better quality and better production for us to grow this channel a lot bigger and for me to review these fragrances for you guys. But I need your guys' help. So if you guys want to make that donation, of course, it's always going to be recommended and optional. But anything and everything that can and may be donated is greatly appreciated for the growth of this channel. PhillipCarterXOfficial is my Instagram account where I post more about menswear, men's style, men's skincare, and perfumery. Go ahead and check out my Instagram account. And as always, everyone, thank you very much for watching today. PhillipCarterXOfficial out. Bye-bye for now.